is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Rams and Jackets ready to go at it on this Friday evening from Parker Field. An overcast night, a hint of rain, a few sprinkles. We see a few umbrellas popping up. Wind blowing from first to third here tonight as we get set to go with our first game of the season here on Mix 95.3. For the Paoli Rams, their lineup tonight brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Leading off will be the pitcher Jada Smith. Hitting second will be the left fielder Sophie Smith. The third spot will be the first baseman Alyssa Jones. Hitting cleanup, the third baseman Tariana Burkhead. Hitting fifth and playing at the shortstop, Charlie Ashley. The designated player, Tori Patton, will hit seventh. In the eighth spot, the second baseman, Graceland Hall. And hitting, and now hitting eighth will be the left fielder in Amber Pennington. And catching and hitting ninth will be Isabel Apple. Jenna Livingston will be your flex player out in right field. Taking a look at the defense here today to start things off for the homestanding Mitchell Blue Jackets. In left field, it'll be Miley Teague in center, Rayleigh Blackwell, Ava Cooper in right. Third base tonight, Natalie Nisley, Daviana Roop at short, Ella Roush at second, and Abby Fountain at first base. Behind the plate, Paisley Modlin, and on the mound will be the freshman Hannah Harold, coming in 1-3 on the year with a ERA of 10.1. So Paoli gets their first crack here tonight, see if they can come back. Both teams are trying to get a bounce-back win here on this young season, as Paoli fell to Clarksville the other night. Coach Brandy Dillard in her first season, and Krista Mullis, the head coach here at Mitchell High School, here in this 25-26 season for softball play. Beautiful Parker Field, of course, redone about 4 years ago, and all turf throughout, and just a great place now to watch a softball game. And Jada Smith will stand in, the Rams pitcher, hitting .800 on the year, the sophomore, as she will step in from the left side here to face the righty, that being Hannah Harold. And the first pitch is low and outside for ball one. Harold coming in on the year. Her best pitch coming in will be a changeup and a screwball, so we'll see if she can get things rolling here. Just a young freshman, as stepping up in front of the plate, taking a look at it. It sails outside, and Jada Smith quickly ahead in the count at 2-0. Jada coming in a lofty batting average of .800, but again, Rams have only played 3 games. Things will start to settle more in as they get here in the next couple of weeks. Jada steps back deep in the batter's box. Third baseman coming in close, and that is Nisley. And a hit right to the third baseman. A couple of hops, throw across the diamond, and they're able to get her by half a step. And that'll be one out in the inning to start things off, as Nisley, a nice play at third, a good throw that Fountain was able to corral just ahead of Smith down the first base side. And that'll bring up Sophia Smith. Sophia playing left field here tonight for the Rams, the sophomore hitting .300 on the year. As we mentioned, a very young team for Paoli. There's a bunt right back to the pitcher, fielded cleanly by Harold. Nice throw over, and quickly there are 2 up and 2 down here in this first inning for Paoli. And that'll bring up the Rams' first baseman, Alyssa Jones. Jones, another sophomore, hitting a .500 on the year, leads the team in RBIs with 5 so far this season. She'll step in from the right side. First time that Hannah Harold will face a right-handed hitter loaded with lefties there at that 1 and 2 spots. Third baseman even with the bag. First pitch is a fastball that sails outside for ball one. Jones stepping in. 2 outs, nobody on. No score, just getting started here this afternoon at Parker Field. Nice crowd on hand for both the Rams and the Blue Jackets here on this Friday evening, even though not perfect weather. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch that time. Jones comes up empty, and the count goes to 1-1. Roop and Roush, normal depth at second and short, and this one sails way outside all the way back to the screen for ball 2. First baseman Fountain even with the bag, and Nisley the same way. They're straight away in the outfield. The center fielder Blackwell playing very shallow here against the Rams' third hitter, Alyssa Jones. steps back out and looks down, and we'll get the sign from head coach Brandy Diller down the third base way. 2 out and nobody on. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Alyssa Jones. Harold 1 pitch away, at least 1 strike away from making it a 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the first. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a fastball. It sails low for ball 3, and we go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Few raindrops still coming down here in the top half of the first. Harold trying to dispatch the Rams 1-2-3, the payoff pitch. And it's going to be low and outside for ball 4. And the Rams get their first base runner of the afternoon, that via the walk. And that will keep the inning alive here for Paoli as Harold walks the number 3 batter. And that'll bring up Terriana Burkhead, the cleanup hitter. The senior, one of the few in the lineup, hitting .667 on the year, stamps in from the right side. Pitch home. Burkhead, a big cut, comes up empty for strike 1. Just got a piece of it, the umpire says, so it goes back to the screen for strike 1. Outfield again straight away. Double play depth at second and short, but they only need to get 1. And the first baseman, Fountain, even with the bag, Nisley the same at third. Strike 1 pitch on the way. A fastball that's right down the middle of the plate, knee high, and all of a sudden, Burkhead behind in the count, now 0-2. Jones drew a 2-out walk. She's on at first for the Rams. Getting her lead after the pitch is released. There's one fouled out in front of the plate, and we'll stay 0-2. Even though it did go out in the field to play fair, it hit foul in the batter's box, and the umpire quickly all over that one. And we'll stay at 0-2. Runner on at first. See if the Rams could get something going here with 2 outs in the inning. The 0-2 pitch is inside and low for ball 1. Burke had a good eye that time, did not go after that. If Terriana able to get on, Charlie Ashley is on deck for the Rams. 1-2 pitch on the way by Harold, and this one's fouled back and off the screen, just to the first base side of home plate, and the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Have some fans set up around the outfield fence here at Parker Field. As Harold working here with 1-2 count, 2 outs, pitch home, and there's a shot over the head of the second baseman. That'll be a 2-out single out into right center field. Quickly, Blackwell retrieves it and gets it in, and the Rams have their first hit of the day to keep the inning going, and that'll put runners on at first and second for Paoli as Terriana Burkhead gets the first hit of the night here for Paoli. And to the plate, the freshman shortstop for the Rams, Charlie Ashley, hitting .286 on the year. Big spot here for the freshman here to see if she can keep this inning going and possibly deliver a run with 2 outs and a strike taken at the knees for strike 1. Smith started this inning off with a ground out to third, and then Sophia Smith, that was Jada Sophia, hit right back to the pitcher, then a walk and a single. Fastball catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2, and once again, Harold out in front of the hitter at no balls and 2 strikes. Rams trying to get on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard first here this evening. The 0-2 pitch, it gets all the way back to the screen. It was inside. That will allow the base runners to advance, and that'll put 2 runners in scoring position at second and third as Jones goes down to third base. Burkhead follows her up at second. Ball got away from Modglin that time, went over towards the Rams dugout. Another one like that, and the Rams could pick up a run. Put some pressure on the defense now, and a swing and a miss as Ashley goes out swinging. That'll be out number 3 of this inning for the Rams. Paoli here in the top half of the first. There were no runs, no hits. They leave 2 batters on, and there were no errors committed by Mitchell. Half inning in the books, and it's 0-0. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
The starting lineups for the Mitchell Blue Jackets brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Leading it off will be the third baseman, Natalie Nisley. She'll be followed by the left fielder, Miley Teague. Hitting third will be the shortstop, Daviana Root. The cleanup belongs to the catcher, Paisley Modglin. Hitting fifth and pitching, Hannah Harold. Hitting the sixth spot, the right fielder, Ava Cooper. The center fielder, Blackwell, will hit seventh. Then in the eighth spot will be the designated player, Elsie Arthur. And hitting ninth will be the second baseman, Ella Roush, with Abby Fountain, the flex player. On the mound, Jada Smith, the sophomore for the Paoli Rams, as she gets ready to deal her first pitch of the night. It's a fastball, but it sails inside for ball one. Jada coming in 1 and 2 on the year with ERA of just under 11 here to start off the young part of the season. The next pitch takes something off of that one, but it's too far inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Jada's pitched 14.2 innings, given up 27 hits, 28 runs, 23 of them have been earned. The 2-0 pitch, I should say, is inside again, and Nisley a good eye, and she's out in front of the count at 3-0. Jada struck out 15 and walked so far here in her first 3 ball games of the season. 3-0 pitch, and it gets away from the catcher, Apple, and quickly going down on the leadoff walk will be Nisley. And just like that, Mitchell has opened up with their first base runner of the night. First walk issued. For the Rams, it is Isabel Apple behind the plate, Alyssa Jones at first, Graceland Hall at second, Charlie Ashley at short, Ariana Burkhead at third. As we get something coming up here for Jada. Gets a little bit of a roslyn bag there with some precipitation here out on the field, and I think the coach said, or the umpire said, it's okay if you go with that, and then to the trousers as well to keep your hand dry. Sophia Smith in left, Amber Pennington in center, and Jenna Livingston out in right for the Rams on defense this afternoon. Next pitch is sails inside, gets away from the catcher Livingston. Going down to second that time will be Nisley on the pass ball. And all of a sudden, the Jackets have a runner in scoring position as Jada having an issue here early on trying to locate the plate. Looks down at her dugout, the third base way, ready to go. The 1-0 pitch, and it gets away again from Apple all the way back to the screen, and that will put, actually, they say it hit her, okay? So Nisley will have to go back, and Teague will be on, hit by a pitch. So the first 2 batters are on here this afternoon for Mitchell, looking to jump out here early. And Daviana Ruth, the junior, has 1 home run at 6 RBIs and a .400 batting average, steps in with a big spot here early on with 2 on and nobody out. Shortstop will step in from the right side. The wind in the pitch. Took a little bit off, and it sails high as Apple Bluffs throw down the first, and it's going to be ball 1. Jada still trying to get into a rhythm on the mound here. Yet to throw a strike in this ball game. No score yet in the bottom of the first. This one's going to be foul, backing off the screen, straight behind home plate. That's strike 1 as Root took a cut at that off-speed pitch. Rams coming in after a big win over Scottsburg to open up the season, then drop back-to-back games to Northeast DuBois and Clarksville. Again, a very young team, a lot of freshmen and sophomores out there for Paoli. The pitch, the next one sails inside. The runner takes off. Apple bobbles it, and that would allow both runners to advance down to second and third. As Nisley was taking off with the pitch, she'll be credited with a stolen base. And that'll put 2 runners now in scoring position, and the count at 2 balls and 1 strike to Roop. Roop stands in from the right side. Big spot here early as Smith with the wind and the pitch. A swing and a foul ball off the mask of Apple. Goes off the top of the mask, ricochets back to the screen, and the count goes to 2-2. Jada Smith in some trouble here early on. The Mitchell Blue Jackets have put the first two batters on. They are on at second and third with nobody out. Smith peers in, has a sign, the wind in the pitch. There's a swing and a miss, but the ball is dropped. Here comes the runner in from third, and she will score. And that will also put the runner down at first. So the Rams just unfortunately do not get that to go their way. That makes it a 1-0 ball game. It puts runners on at first and third. As that will count as a strikeout, but it does not go down as an out. And Paoli, a tough break there as Mitchell keeps the pressure on with runners on at first and third. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Paisley Modglin, the catcher for the Jackets, the senior, hitting .294. Squares around the bunt, then pulls back. It goes off the mitt, back to the screen off of Apple, and in the score for the second run is Miley Teague. And just like that, the Jackets have jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead, all unearned runs here. Root, great hits up base running, motors all the way over to third base right now. Paoli falling behind here in this ball game as Jada Smith trying to get settled in here, down 2-0. The next pitch is inside again to the right-handed hitter Modglin, and the count is 2-0. Still nobody out. Runner down at third. 2 runs already in here for the Jackets. Jackets in their home blue trousers with the white and blue pinstripe top with the Blue Jackets written across the front. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Comes up empty as Modglin on that cut. Count goes to 2-1. Rams tonight in their traveling gray pants, and their tops are white and purple with the Rams across the front. Runner on at third base, nobody out. Modglin at the plate, 2 runs already in here for the Jackets. The wind and the pitch. Again, a nice off-speed pitch, and Modglin way out in front of that one, and the count goes to 2-2. If Jada now can settle in here and get a big out with a runner on at third. Modglin will step out, looking down to the coaches. The wind and the pitch. And this one's going to be popped up, but it'll be out of play down the first base way behind the dugout. And the home tonight of the home-standing Mitchell Blue Jackets. Rams have set up camp in the visitors' dugout down the third base side. Well, the good news is we see that the umbrellas have all come down, so that hint of rain has moved on. We'll be dodging that, though, off and on here tonight. There's a line shot out into right field. That's going to drive in the third run of the ball game on an RBI single off the bat of Paisley Modglin on a 2-2 pitch. So she will be down at first base, and that'll make it now a 3-0 ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. So Mitchell jumping out here early on the Rams. That's just the first hit given up, though, by Jada Smith tonight. 3 runs already in, and the runner down at first. That'll bring up Hannah Harold, the freshman pitcher, a chance to help herself out, hitting 200 on the season. Jada looking over to the dugout, now has the sign, and the first pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Modglin bluffed, but did not go, and remains down at first with nobody out. 3 runs already in, so Mitchell gets a crooked number up first here in this ball game at Parker Field. First conference game of the year for these two teams. Swing and a miss on a high one. Inside goes the runner down to second. Slides in with the stolen base is Modglin ahead of the tag. And Modglin will be down at second. And the count to Harold is 0-2. So Jada Smith works with another runner in scoring position. Chance to record the first out of this inning. The wind, the 0-2 pitch, and the ball gets away on a low fastball, and Apple corrals it near the backstop, but that will allow, once again, Modglin to motor down at third base, and Paoli just having all kinds of issues to get things started here tonight. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes to Harold. Smith peers at the runner, winds and brings it home, and this one sails high off the mid of Apple. Here comes Modglin in. Here's the throw. Did they get her? Yes, they do. So a good play by Apple to come up with that one, and that nails the runner at the plate 2-1, and the scoring, and that makes out number one and keeps another run from coming across the plate. Mitchell being very aggressive there, but nobody out and a runner on at third, and the count goes to 3-1 on the hitter, Hannah Harold. Bases are clean now. This one's fouled back off the screen, and we'll go full at 3-2 to Harold. Big out in the inning, cut down there at the plate. Apple, a good job to quickly turn, locate that ball, and made a nice throw to Jada Smith covering the plate. A 3-2 pitch on the way from Smith, and it's a strike. Well, let's wait and see. Now he said it's 3-2. They had a 3-2 on the scoreboard. Okay, so apparently it was 3-1. Ready to go again with the payoff pitch this time, and it's going to sail high and outside, and that'll put another base runner on with one out in the inning, and that will be walk number 2 issued by Jada Smith, and that'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Ava Cooper, the right fielder. Cooper, a junior, hitting 200 on the year for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Harold down at first for Mitchell. She'll get her lead once the pitch is released. Outfield straight away. Short and second at double play depth. Burkhead even with the bag at third. Off-speed pitch. Good job by Apple to jump out to her right and pull that one out of the air, and the count goes to 1-0. Jada Smith working here in this inning. 3 runs already in, only one out in the inning, and this one's popped up and foul out of play down the third base way, and that'll be strike 1 on Ava Cooper. Cooper, the right fielder, wears number 12 on her jersey here this afternoon. We mentioned an all-synthetic turf field here at Mitchell, so if we get a little rain, not going to stop this game unless there's some lightning involved. A wind in the pitch, and this one's popped straight up, and Izzy can't find it, but it doesn't matter. It goes out of play anyway, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Really not a lot of room in foul territory here at Parker Field. Cooper comes back to the plate. Behind in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Runner on at first, 1 out. Off-speed pitch is beat foul down the third base way to the Rams dugout. And we'll stay here at a ball and 2 strikes to Ava Cooper, the right fielder. Anna Harold is on at first for the Jackets. She got on with a 1 out walk. Everybody gets situated after tracking down that foul ball down the third base side. This one's going to be fouled off the fist and out of play. Oh, look out. Thought it might come down and get the umpire. He wasn't turning around looking. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Jada Smith already throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning of play for the Rams, and they only not out of trouble yet. Down already 3-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Jada Smith ready to work. Pitch in. It's going to sail high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ava Cooper. On deck is Rayleigh Blackwell, the center fielder for Mitchell. Harold on at first. Got a 1 out walk. She is still there. 2-2 pitch from Jada, and it's popped up into the air in foul territory. Burkhead comes in from third base, and she is able to get it on a nice play in foul territory. So good job by the Rams defense. That will be out number 2 here of this inning, and that'll bring up Rayleigh Blackwell. Blackwell, another freshman in the lineup here for Coach Mullis, as she talks to her freshman, Rayleigh, the center fielder. It's 267 on the season as she'll stand in for the first time here today. Runner on at first and 2 outs here. The Rams trail it 3-0. The wind in the pitch, and this one's going low and inside. The runner takes off, throw down a 1-hopper in front of the bag, and Harold slides safely into second base with that stolen base down at second, and that will be another base runner in scoring position here. All of this happening in this inning with only 1 hit so far for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Blackwell looks at the next one, takes a big, hefty cut, comes up empty, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to the center fielder for Mitchell. Harold down at second base with 2 outs, 3 runs already in. Burkhead playing even with the bag at third. Off-speed pitch that time is high and inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Blackwell. Blackwell, the 7th batter in the inning here for Mitchell. All started with a walk and a hit batsman. The wind and the pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Count goes to 2-2, and Jada now just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning without any further damage. Looking in, gets a sign from the dugout. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. It's a strike called on the inside part of the plate as Blackwell goes down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. But a good one for the Jackets to start off as they picked up a total of 3 runs in the inning on 1 base hit. They leave 1 base runner on, and there were no Ram errors. We'll go to the top half of the second, and it's 3-0 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Ram Softball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams trail it here 3-0 at Parker Field after 1 inning of play. We'll go to the top half of the second. Rams will send up hitters 6, 7, and 8, Tori Patton, Graceland Hall, and Amber Pennington. Tori, a senior, hitting .500 on the year. She is the designated player. She hits for Livingston, the right fielder, squares around the bunt, just gets a piece of it for a strike. Third baseman comes charging in, that being Nisley. See if she'll shorten up her position between home and third, and comes in about a stride and a half down the line. Harold, the freshman, working her second inning here, again squaring around the bunt and comes up empty. And the count goes to 1-1. They say that one was actually a ball, so they did not count that as a strike. 1-1 pitch, and this time going after it and fouling it off for strike 2 is Patton, and she falls behind in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Tori, a left-handed hitter, steps deep in that batter's box for the Rams, who trail it 3-0 here in the top half of the second. 1-2 pitch by Harold, and it's a strike, a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and that will be out number 1 of the inning, and also strikeout number 2 recorded by Harold. In fact, she struck out the last 2 batters looking that she has faced. And that'll bring up Graceland Hall, the freshman for the Rams. All playing second base here this afternoon, hitting .375 on the year, steps in from the right side. First pitch that she sees is off the pitch, a little pop-up right to the third baseman. Positioned perfectly was Nisley, so quickly 1 pitch and another out, and that'll be out number 2 here for the Rams. And Amber Pennington, Rams center fielder, will step in for the first time this afternoon. The senior hitting .400 on the season. Bases are empty with 2 outs, and she'll take a fastball on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. Rams 1 hit so far here in this game. That came off the bat in that first inning of Tariana Burkhead. The wind in the pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball to Pennington, and the count goes to 1-1. 2 outs in the inning here for the Rams. Trying to get something going with 2 outs, trailing at 3-0. The wind in the 1-1 pitch bounces right out in front of the plate, and that'll be ball 2, 2-1. Jackets come in, played a couple of tough opponents at the start of this year with Brownstown Central and Bar Reeve, and came out, got out hit by Linton Stockton, and off night against WRV, and then it was the Linton Stockton, and just one bad inning there got them behind the 8-ball, so to speak, that they couldn't overcome. But then they were able to get their first win. Finally, things clicked, Coach Mullis said, against Brown County the other night. Next pitch, sails high and outside, and the count goes 3-1 to Pennington. 3-1 pitch fouled off as Pennington just got a piece of that one at the plate to stay alive. Pennington, the number 8 hitter here in the Rams lineup. 2 outs, nobody on. Harold, the freshman, wind, the right-hander pitch, swing and a miss, and that will be out number 3 of the inning. So for Paoli in the second, there were no runs, no hits, nobody left on, and no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the second on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. It's Mitchell on top, 3-0. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Cowcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Cowcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Cowcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up here in the bottom of the second, and a 3-0 ball game. Leading it off, Elsie Arthur takes a hefty cut and fouls it back off the screen for strike 1. Arthur, the designated player in the lineup, hitting .286 is the senior. She hits for the first baseman, Abby Fountain. Jackets picked up 3 unearned runs in the first inning. Ooh, this one inside, and it hits her, and that'll put Arthur down at first base, as that will be the second hit batsman of the night for Jada Smith. And that'll bring up Ella Roush. Roush, a senior, hitting .182, playing second base here tonight. As a team for Mitchell so far on the season, their team batting average is .254 on the season. Jada Smith ready to work with a runner on at first and nobody out. The wind in the pitch, it's bunted. Third baseman Burkhead gets it, throws it to second, but not in time as the shortstop was pulled off the bag, and that'll be an infield hit this time. And that will put runners on at first and second here for Mitchell Blue Jackets. Second hit of the night for the Jackets. And that'll take us to the top of the order, and Natalie Nisley walked, pass ball, stolen base, and then came in to score on another pass ball. We move back to the part of the lineup that did all the damage in the first. Nisley looks at the first one inside, goes to the backstop off the mid of Apple, and that'll move up the runners to second and third on the pass ball. Arthur, your lead runner, down at third base. Roush over at second. Jada Smith working with some trouble again here in the second inning, trailing 3-0. The wind in the pitch. This is a fastball that is inside for ball 1, or ball 2. 2-0 the count. As Nisley waits on the next one ahead in the count. Looks like she wants to square around the bunt. Now pulls it back and takes one high and tight. Nope, it actually got her on the shoulder. And that'll be another hit by pitch. And that will load up the bases for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here this afternoon. And the batter with the chance to do some major damage is Miley Teague. Teague, the left fielder, the junior, hitting .319. She was hit by a pitch the first time, stole second, and then came around to score on a couple of pass balls. Again, all the runs so far have been unearned here tonight. Bases loaded. The first pitch sails high for ball 1 to Teague. With the bases loaded, a lot of movement on the infield. Rams come in at the corners. Double play depth at second and short straight away in the outfield. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside, a nice scoop that time by the catcher Apple, and the count goes to 2-0. Arthur down at third, Roush at second, Nisley on at first. Teague at the plate, the junior left fielder. The wind and the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Nice pitch by Jada. See if she can follow that up with another one. Gets her sign from the dugout and ready to stand in. The 2-1 delivery. Took a little bit off of that one, and it sails high and outside, and the count goes to 3-1, and there is no place to put Miley Teague as the bases are jammed with nobody out. Mitchell threatening to break this one open big time, already leading 3-0. Jada's next pitch on the way. Took it off, and it sailed high and outside, and that's going to be a walk, and that'll bring in another run, and that will make the score now 4-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, as that walk puts Teague down at first. Nisley goes over to second, and down to third is Roush, and that'll bring up Daviana Roop. Roop actually struck out, but the ball got away from the catcher, and she was able to go down to first base and eventually came around to score. She takes a strike at the knees on the first pitch for strike 1. 3 runs in the first, 1 already here in the second for the Jackets. They're up 4-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Roop awaits the next pitch and fouls it straight up in the air. In comes Smith, the pitcher, just up the line in first base in fair territory to squeeze that one. That is a big out in the inning and gives out number 1, and that'll bring up Paisley Modglin. Modglin got a single and then moved around the bases on a couple of pass balls, but then on a pass ball, she was cut down at the plate the last time up. Bases still remain loaded with 1 out in the inning. As Modglin, that hit, pushed her over the 300 batting average so far here in this young season. The wind in the first pitch to the right-hander is high and inside for ball 1. Modglin, one of the few seniors on this team for Mitchell. A little bit more as far as upperclassmen that they have, but not as far as experience-wise. And Coach Mullis says it's been something they've been battling here in the early part of the year. And there's a strike called on the inside part of the plate. And the count goes to 1-1 to Paisley. Roush on at third. Second is Nisley. Down at first base is Teague. 1 out in the inning. The wind and the pitch, and this one's popped up again to the infield. In comes Jada right in front of the batter's box, and she'll tag her because the girl at third came running in thinking there were 2 outs, and there were not. There were only 1, and the Rams get a huge break there as Modglin fouls out to the pitcher. That is out number 2, and then Roush got confused, and she is tagged out by the pitcher unassisted for out number 3, and boy, the Rams get a break there to get out of a possible another big inning with only 1 run scored. For the Jackets, 1 more run in the inning. There was 1 base hit and 2 men left on. At the end of 2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it is 4-0 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Lady Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Broadcasting from the historic Paoli Square, we are Mix 95.3 WUME Paoli.
Anna Harrell begins her Third inning of work, leading at 4-0. It'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 for the Rams. Leading it off, the catcher, Isabella Apple. Her first pitch, she goes after a high fastball and comes up empty for strike one. On deck will be the leadoff hitter, Jada Smith, for the Rams, as Mitchell ran themselves out of a possible big inning with that unconventional double play and a miscue on the base pass by the runner and a strike taken, as Apple all of a sudden now behind in the count at 0-2. Izzy, a freshman, 286 on the year, behind in the count. The strike two pitch, and that one's going to be a little bit low, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Mitchell has Paisley Bodglin behind the plate, and a Harold, the freshman, in the circle here tonight. The wind in the pitch. Hit to the shortstop, couple of hops, fielded cleanly, throw across the diamond nicely by Roop to Fountain, and that'll be out number 1 in the inning. And that will bring to the plate Jada Smith. Smith rounded out to the third baseman her first time up. That being Natalie Nisley. Ella Roush is at second. The outfield from left to right is Miley Teague, Rayleigh Blackwell, and Ava Cooper for the defense of the Jackets here. They lead it 4-0, and stepping up and taking a cut and fouling it out of play is Jada Smith for strike one. Jada, as we mentioned, coming in, hitting .800 on the season, trying to get something going here for the Rams with 1 out and nobody on. Stepping in from the left side, she looks the next one as she steps up to the plate, takes that little one step forward, and then just tries to slap that ball by one of the infielders. That one is low and inside for ball 1, 1-1. Jada steps out, now back in. Corners come in for the defense. She steps up again and takes another one low and outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Jada ahead in the count. Hopefully we'll get something to hit here from Hannah Harold. Change up, screwball, her number 1 and number 2 pitches here in her repertoire. And this one's beat foul right in front of the plate. It's going to stay fair, and Smith, with that speed, down the line she goes and beats it with no throw involved, and that'll put her on at first. And that'll be the second hit of the ball game recorded by the Rams offense here this afternoon. Most importantly, gets them a runner down at first with 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Sophia Smith. Sophia, the left fielder, she rounded right back to the pitcher her first time up. 1 out, 1 on here for the Rams as they trail it 4-0 in this PLAC conference game, as Paisley Modglin has some equipment issues that the umpire will help her out with and get everything straightened away. Okay, we are good to go. I think it actually may be the pitch count monitor that they have here. And the play back in. And Sophia trying to keep things rolling here from the left side. She bunts it, fielded by the third baseman, throw over by Nisley, and nice job to get her by a step. It's the job done of moving the runner down to second on the sacrifice. That goes 5-3, but that is out number 2. And Alyssa Jones will come up for the second time today, the Rams' first baseman. Alyssa tonight walked and was left stranded at third base back in the first inning of play. Rams trying to get on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. And this one's popped out to right field down the line, but it is slicing foul into the bullpen. And that will just go down as a long strike off the bat of Alyssa Jones down the right field line. She will come back, retrieve her bat, circle back around home plate, and get ready to settle back in from the right side, behind in the count at no balls and 1 strike. 4-0, Mitchell on top. Harold in the circle, the wind in the pitch. There's a fastball, but it is low and outside, and that'll make the count now 1-1 on Jones. Rams have a base runner on at second. That's Jada Smith. There were 2 outs, though, in the inning for the Rams. Big bat here for Alyssa Jones. See if she can drive in the first run of the game, and she'll take another one low. Here goes Smith down to third, and Jada will be in ahead of the throw, bobbled just a bit by Modglin. And that'll put Jada Smith down at third base. A lot of ways you can score there. Put some pressure maybe on the catcher. And the count to Alyssa goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Harold with the wind and the pitch. And this one's hit a shot into the hole out in the left field. That'll drive in the run off the bat of Alyssa Jones as she will pick up her 6th RBI of the season. A big 2-out single and an RBI, and the Rams finally get on the board, trailing it now 4-1 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams do a good job of pushing that run across. Terriana Burkhead steps in. She is 1 for 1 with a single and was left stranded in the first. Steps in from the right side, takes a huge cut at a fastball and comes up empty, and that'll be strike one. So Rams able to pick up the 3rd hit of the day and the first run off of Harold so far here in this contest. The wind in the pitch, and this one goes all the way back to the screen. Alyssa takes off. She'll be down at second on the pass ball. Paoli gets another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Count goes to 1-1 on Terriana Burkhead. Terriana coming in hitting .667. Of course, that went up with that base hit in the first inning. See if she can raise it up a couple of more points. Oh, off-speed pitch and way out in front of that one, and Burkhead goes down now in the count at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning, 1 run already across here for the Rams, as Harold trying to shut down this attempted rally by Paoli. The next pitch, 1-2, it is low, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Terriana Burkhead. Second baseman Roush dances in behind Jones just to hold her after the pitch is released. Harold from the wind, the 2-2 delivery, and the ball goes off the mitt of the catcher, Maudlin, and there goes Jones down to third base, and the Rams get another runner closer down at third on the pass ball. And the count goes to 3-2 on Terriana Burkhead. A single here will drive in another run, cut the lead in half. Burkhead a big position here with run on at third, and the full count hits it to the shortstop. Going to be fielded by Root, throw across the diamond, and they get her by a couple of steps. So Burkhead grounds out to the shortstop for out number 3, but the Rams do come up with their first run of the ball game. They got it on 2 base hits. There was 1 runner left on, and there were no jacket errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell on top, 4-1. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Jada Smith will face the middle part of the order here in the bottom of the 3rd, trailing 4-1. Hannah Harold will lead it off. First pitch to her opposing nemesis in the circle is inside for ball 1. Harold, Cooper, and Blackwell due up for the Jackets. Harold walked and stole a base and was left stranded back in the first. Popped up to the infield, over to her right, and pulling it in is Jada Smith on a nice play. As she just got out of the circle that time, and that's quickly 1 up and 1 down for the Jackets as Smith continues to field her position with excellent form. And she'll face Ava Cooper for the second time tonight. Cooper fouled out to the third baseman her first time up. Base is empty and 1 out, so a good start to the Rams here in this 3rd. And this one's popped up and goes back to the shortstop. That is Ashley at the edge of the turf between the infield and the outfield. A nice job by the young freshman. And there's quickly 2 up and 2 down. Jada Smith looking for her first 1-2-3 inning here of the day. Stepping in will be Rayleigh Blackwell, the center fielder. Blackwell 0 for 1. She went down looking on strikes in her first time up to end the first inning of play. 2 outs, bases empty here for the Jackets, who lead at 4-1 in the third. Fastball sails high and inside for ball one to Blackwell. Blackwell, a freshman, hitting .267 coming into this ball game. The wind in the pitch, and it's hit on the ground. Oh, it's down the line and fair past the diving third baseman, Terriana Burkhead. Left fielder comes up with it quickly. That's Sophia Smith, but her throw into second not in time. And that'll be a hustle double by Braylee Blackwell to keep the inning alive. Our first extra base hit of the afternoon. And to the plate for Mitchell will be Elsie Arthur, the designated player. And that will just be the second hit of the night for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Stepping up will be another right-handed hitter in Arthur. The wind in the pitch. Oh, this off-speed pitch goes way outside, all the way back to the backstop. That'll be a wild pitch, but it will also allow Blackwell to scamper over to third. She will be in scoring position just at third base with 2 outs, and the count goes to 1-0 on Arthur. Arthur, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for the Jackets. 2 outs in the inning. The wind in the pitch by Jada. And this one is a strike called on the inside part of the plate. Just caught the inside corner. And the count goes to 1-1. Arthur was hit by a pitch, then came around on a couple of pass balls and scored a run. In fact, the only run scored in that second inning, another unearned run for the Jackets. All 4 have been unearned here this afternoon. This one's another one just inside the line and fair down the third base side. This will be extra bases. That'll bring in the 5th run, though, of the game, and rounding second and heading to third. There's Arthur to throw in. Do they get her? Yes, they do. But it does count another run. However, Arthur is going to be gunned down, as she will be credited with a double and an RBI. But then she is the third out of the inning, as that goes 7 to 6 to 5 for out number 3 to close out the inning. However, for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here in the third, they do pick up one more run. They had a total of 2 base hits, and there were no base runners left on. At the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it is Mitchell 5, Paoli 1. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Ram shortstop, Charlie Ashley made a nice play in the field, leads it off, takes the first pitch, strike at the knees for strike 1. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Rams. Ashley, a big cut, comes up empty on the offering from Harold and falls behind in the count now at 0-2. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third for the homestanding Jackets. The Rams a single tally there in the top half of the third. And we stand 5-1 this afternoon. Off-speed pitch sails high. Good job by Ashley to lay off. And the count goes to 1-2. Head coach Brandy Diller down the third base way. Arlie Lind along with Greg Cornwell, her assistants here this season. In her first year as the head coach, been a number of years as an assistant. And Ashley goes down looking. That'll be a strikeout and out number 1 of the inning. For Harold, that'll be her 4th strikeout recorded this afternoon. And that'll bring up Tori Patton, the designated player. Patton, the senior, hitting .500. She struck out looking her first time up. Steps up the butt and takes a strike. Foul ball is what the official actually said. The umpire called behind the plate. So it goes down to an 0-1 count. Patton hitting .500. Again, hits for the right fielder, Jenna Livingston, for Paoli. The wind in the pitch, another strike on a bluff bunt, and Patton behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning, nobody on for the Rams. Hannah Harold, the freshman, trying to settle in at the mound, and this one skips off the mid of the catcher, Modglin, goes all the way back to the backstop. And on Torrey, it's now a ball and 2 strikes. Trying to get something going here for the Rams with 1 out and nobody on. Overcast day. Starting to lighten up a little bit, so hopefully don't jinx us with any further rain. And does Patton go around? No, she does not. Held up in time on that bluff bunt. The count goes to 2-2. Patton hanging tough after falling behind 0-2. 1 out in the inning for the left-handed hitting Torrey Patton. The pitch, and does it catch the outside corner? It does not. And the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Torrey Patton. Hannah Harold has a payoff pitch on the way, and it's delivered, and it's a strike called on the outside part of the plate as Patton goes down looking for the second time here this afternoon. Second strikeout in this inning, the 5th recorded by the right-handed freshman Hannah Harold, and that'll bring up Graceland Hall, the Rams' second baseman, to the plate. She popped up to the third baseman her first time up. Base is empty, 2 outs. Hall takes a strike on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Ashley and Patton gone down looking here to start this 4th inning. Harold looking for a 1-2-3 inning swing and a miss as that time Hall way behind on that one, and she falls behind at 0-2. Hall, the number 7 hitter in the lineup for the Rams. As Harold looks for a 1-2-3 inning, a strike 2 pitch hit on the ground at the second baseman. Over as Roush fields it cleanly, throw over to the first baseman Fountain, and that'll do the Rams here in the 4th inning of play. 3 up and 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Mitchell on top, 5-1. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707. In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Halfway through this game, at least for regulation innings, as we go to the bottom of the 4th, hitters 9-1-2 due up for the Jackets, who lead it 5-1. And Roush leads it off a bunt back to Smith. Jada fields it cleanly. Do they get her? Yes, they do, just by a half step. Nice job again by Jada fielding out of the circle there in the pitcher's circle. And there's quickly 1 up and 1 down here in this inning. To the top of the order we go for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. And it'll be Natalie Nisley hitting for the 3rd time. She walked and scored in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and left stranded at second base. Steps in from the right side, hits the first one down the line, fielded by Burkhead. 1-hop throw. Do they get her? Oh, no, they do not. As she is able to beat that one out. And the speed that time, it was fielded cleanly by Jones at first, but just Nisley too fast down the base pass. She'll be credited with an infield hit. And for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here on the day, that will be their 5th hit of the ball game. And now to put to the plate, Miley Teague with a run at first and 1 out in the inning. Teague hit by a pitch and scored and walked and was left stranded in the 2nd. First pitch is inside and low. Apple bluffs a throw down to first base, but Nisley is back in plenty of time. And the count goes to 1-0 to Miley Teague. Teague, right-handed hitting junior, 313 average coming into today's ball game for the Jackets. Wind in the pitch, and this one's raked foul. She got out in front of it down the third base line. That'll go down as strike number one here for the Jackets. Under the direction of head coach Krista Mullis, and her assistants are Mason Wilson, Caitlin Mullis, her daughter, and Dusty Modglin. Next pitch is sailing high and outside. Quick throw down, but time Nestle back before the head of the tag, and the count goes to 2-1. Riley Teague trying to keep this inning alive and going with one out and one on. And the pitch home 2-1. Again, this one is going to be fair, just over the bag. Well, they have really roped them down that third baseline. That'll be another extra base hit. That's going to bring in Nisley all the way from first base. The throw in finally, and that will be a triple and an RBI for Teague. So an extra base hit there and an RBI, as the hitting now starting to come out with extra base hits for these Mitchell Blue Jackets. And that will put up run number 6 on the board here this afternoon, as Mitchell picks up their 6th hit of the ball game, and also picking up their 6th run of this contest. And this one's again hit down the left field line, gets underneath of the left fielder out there for the Rams, and Sophia Smith, and Roop around first, and she'll pull in with a stand-up double, but to drive in another run. And all of a sudden, teeing off here with extra base hits come the Mitchell Blue Jackets. A single, a triple, and now a double, and another run in. That'll be an RBI. And Mitchell able to keep the carousel going, and that'll bring up the catcher, Paisley Modglin, to the plate here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Paoli now trails by a score of 7-1. The next one goes just under the left elbow of the batter, Modglin, for ball one. Roop down at second with one out in the inning. 2 runs already in. 3 base hits in this inning as well for the Jackets. The wind and the pitch by Jada Smith. It looked like she was getting into a rhythm. This one bounces in front of the plate, goes off of Apple's shoulder. She can't find it, and that allows Roop now to scamper down to third on the pass ball, and she's down at third with 1 out, and the count goes to 2-0 to Modglin, the cleanup hitter in the lineup for the Jackets. The middle part of the order trying to get some damage done, just like the top part of the order. There's one that's off speed. A nice job by Izzy to just reach out and pull that one in. Count goes to 3-0 to Modglin. Modglin came in hitting .294 on the year, already 1 base hit in this ball game. 3-0 pitch, and it's going to be low and inside. A quick throw down to third base. Roop is back in, though, with no problem. But that walk will keep the inning alive, and that walk issued by Jada Smith is her 3rd of the ball game. And I think we're going to have a pitch runner. Yes, we will. Try to get a number here for you. I believe it's going to be, we'll wait till the young lady turns around and we can get that number. I believe it's going to be Haley Hall. So Hall will be there at the pitch runner for Modglin. Smith trying to get out of trouble here, and this one's hit right back up the middle under the glove of Ashley at short. That'll drive in another run, and the hit parade continues. They got a runner hung up between second and third. The throw is high, and then a high throw to third, and finally going to come around looking to score. Will she get there? Yes, she will, as Hall, the pitch runner that time, able to go, and now we get down to sliding in ahead of the throw after Keystone Cops here in this particular go-around. We get it in, as coming in will be Modglin, the score for a Hall, and that'll be Harold, or Cooper's coming to play. Harold got the hit, and she got all the way around to third, so a couple of runs able to come in here in this inning off of that wild play that went down, and Rams overthrew a couple of cutoff runners, and they only charged with a couple of errors on that particular play, and they get a meeting on the mound here. So this has boosted the lead up to 9-1 here on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 4 runs already in here in this inning. 3 of them have been earned. 4 hits so far here in this inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. 9-1 in favor of the Jackets. You're listening to Ram Softball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
After the meeting on the mound, Ava Cooper steps in, takes the first one out of the strike zone for ball one. Runner on at third is Harold. The next pitch is a strike called on the inside part of the plate for strike one. This inning started off innocently enough as Roush grounded back to the pitcher, but then a single, a triple, and a double, a walk, and another single, and that drove in a total of 4 more runs. The wind in the pitch popped up out into left. It goes over the head of the left fielder, Sophia Smith, all the way to the fence on one hop. That's going to bring in Harold for run number 10 of the ball game, and that will be a stand-up double off the bat of Ava Cooper out into left field. As she will have an RBI double to her credit and drive in the 4th run of this inning and the 10th of the ball game, and makes it now a 10-1 ball game here in the 4th inning of play. And Rayleigh Blackwell will step up. Rayleigh has struck out and doubled and scored in her first 2 trips. The center fielder hitting 200 coming into this ball game. Runner out at second. The ball gets off the mitt, a pass ball all the way back to the backstop, and that will bring the second base runner Cooper over to third. And the count goes to Blackwell at 1 ball and no strikes. Blackwell, the 8th batter to bat in this inning for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, as they are making the most of it. Jada Smith Wines brings it in. This fastball is a strike on the inside part of the plate. And the count goes to 1-1 to Rayleigh Blackwell. 10-1 in favor of the Mitchell Blue Jackets in the opening conference game of the season for both ball clubs here on this Friday night at Parker Field. Off speed pitch, it's going to sail high, and the count goes to 2-1. Jada goes to the rosin to keep her hand dry. Some moisture here with this turf. A little bit of rain earlier tonight before the teams took their infield practice, and this one is off the screen foul down the first base side, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rayleigh Blackwell. Blackwell steps in from the right side. Again, one of these freshmen. As we mentioned, they have an inexperienced team, and Coach Ball is just trying to bring them along here in the early part of the year. This one's going to be fouled back off the screen and off speed pitch. The count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ava Cooper is on at third base. She had an RBI double and then came over on a pass ball down to third, is where she stands right now. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's a shot down the third base side, just come up short of the dugout. We mentioned Mitchell has been able to just make that third baseline their home. They've had a couple of extra base hits just come inside fair territory. One even bounced over the bag, and they've just been wearing it out down the third base line. Next pitch is inside, and the count goes full at 3-2 to Rayleigh Blackwell. Runner on at third base with 1 out in the inning, and 5 runs already in here for the Jackets. Swing and a miss, and Blackwell goes down on strikes. That is out number 2. Big out needed there by the Paoli Rams. Smith's second strikeout of the ball game. And that'll bring up Elsie Arthur. Arthur, the 9th batter in the lineup. Yeah, we may have a pitch hitter. Actually, it's going to be Abby Fountain, as Fountain will bat for herself here in the bottom of the 4th. Get that squared away as Fountain will step in for Arthur to bat, get a chance here after playing in the field at first base. be her first attempt. Arthur had a good night, hit by a pitch and scored, and then had an RBI double and then cut down at the plate in the third inning. And the first pitch to Fountain is inside for ball one. Abby, the ninth batter here in this inning for Mitchell, with 2 outs and a runner on at third. Jada Smith with the wind and the pitch, and it's hit to the third baseman. Burkhead fields it cleanly, throw across the diamond, and they get her for the third out of the inning here, but it sends 9 players to the plate for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, and in the inning, the Jackets pick up a total of 5 more runs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on the inning. They leave 1 batter on, and the Rams had 2 costly errors. We will go to the 5th inning of play. It's 10-1 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
When construction deadlines are tight and the job can't wait, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. Their delivery fleet gets materials where you need them, accurately, efficiently, and with the communication pros depend on. From framing packages and roofing to siding, decking, and special orders, they can help keep your projects on track. Talk with the team about delivery options that work for you. Come see them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Anna Harold, the freshman, out in the circle again here for the Jackets as we move on to the 5th inning of play at Parker Field. And for the Paoli Rams, here leading it off for Paoli in this 5th inning will be Amber Pennington. Hitters 8, 9, and 1, and Pennington looks at 1 low in the dirt for ball 1. Pennington 0 for 1, a strikeout victim her first time up. Senior hitting .400 coming into today's ball game. Commanding 10-1 lead, and the next pitch sails high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Rams need base runners any way that they can get them, and a walk will do just fine for Paoli. Harold had good fielding behind her, and this time it sails high and inside. The count goes to 3-0 so far here as she begins her 5th inning of work, giving up 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 5, and walked 1 batter so far here in her evening's work. Here's a fastball, but it's going to be low, and the Rams get a leadoff walk to Pennington here to start the 5th inning of play, and that'll bring up Izzy Apple to the plate. Harold will issue her 2nd walk of the day. Izzy, her first time up, grounded to the shortstop, and I believe we're going to get a pitch runner here for Pennington as Paoli will bring in to the lineup as they get things squared away. So Pennington down at first base. And a swing and a miss, and Pennington takes off. She's headed down to second. Well, no, she's got to come back because it was a foul ball. The umpire said Izzy just got a piece of it for strike 1. Actually, may have been Natalie Patton who batted there for Pennington, and then Pennington came in to run for her. So that's how it went. Swing and a miss on the next offering, and the count goes to 0-2. So Patton does her job of getting on with a walk. Pennington replaces her on the base pass, and, of course, will re-enter the lineup in the field. Swing and a miss, and Apple goes down on strikes. That is out number 1. And for the game, Harold strikeout number 6. And that'll bring up Jada Smith. Jada has grounded to third, singled, and scored in the 3rd. She comes to the plate for the 3rd time here tonight with a runner on at first and 1 out in the inning. That hitting pitcher for the Rams comes up, slaps it to the shortstop, and it's going to go under her glove out in the left field. Pennington rounds second. Here goes Smith coasting into second base, throw over the head of the third baseman, but does not get far enough away. Jada Smith will have her 2nd hit of the ball game, And the Rams have runners now at second and third on that hit by Jada. So Paoli tries to get something going here. If they can push maybe a couple of more runs across the plate here in this ballgame. Hit number 4 of the night for the Rams, and that will bring up Sophia Smith for the Paoli Rams. Sophia, the left fielder, is 0 for 2, grounded to the pitcher and grounded to the third baseman, bluffs a bunt. Everybody moving along the infield as the third baseman, Nisley, comes in to cover. That means Root, the shortstop, goes over to third base. And this is going to be a strike called on Sophia for strike 1. 1 out in the inning for the Rams. A couple of runners in scoring position, a bunt into the air, gets by the pitcher, nowhere to go, and that'll be a base hit for Sophia Smith and drive in another run. So the Rams able to push one across the plate using small ball to get their second run of this ball game, and that'll be an RBI single. But runners at the corners, first and third here this evening for Paoli. So the Rams come up with their fifth hit of the ball game and their second run of the night. And checking to the plate will be Alyssa Jones, and there goes the runner Sophia Smith. She'll go into second with no throw. And puts 2 runners now in scoring position. Alyssa on the night walked and was left stranded, and Singleton was left stranded back in the third inning of play. So Alyssa, a big chance here. A base hit could drive in 2 more. She hits it on the ground. Third baseman Nisley only play it first. That'll bring in a run, but they get an out, and they'll take that as Jones is out 5-3 for out number 2. She'll get an RBI, though, on that play as Jada Smith will come in to score. And down to third will be Sophia Smith. And that'll bring up Tariana Burkhead to the plate. So the Rams able to pick up a valuable run right there to cut the lead down to 10-3. 2 runs in this inning. Tariana takes the first one low for ball 1. Rams senior third baseman on the night singled and grounded out so far. Get a chance to pick up another tally here with a base hit. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Tariana. Big cut comes up empty, and the count goes to 1-1. Overcast skies again have been with us since the start of this ball game. Wind kind of shifted. It started blowing in now. It had been going from first to third. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. May have been a foul ball. It was, and the count goes to 1-2 to Tariana Burkhead. Rams have already picked up 2 runs in this inning on a couple of base hits. So they just keep extending and a chance to pick up another one down at third with 2 outs. Leaves it up to Tariana Burkhead behind in the count at 1-2. Oh, and she swings at one that's off speed, and that'll be strikeout and the third out of the inning. But for the Rams here in this 5th inning, they pick up a couple of runs on a couple of hits. They leave 1 base runner on, and there were no errors committed by the Mitchell Blue Jackets. As we will go now to the bottom of the 5th, and it is 10-3 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Hitters 8-9-1 here, 9-1-2, I should say. And Ella Rouse hits another one down the left field line. It's going to go all the way to the fence. She'll lead it off with a double, maybe more. Quickly, the left fielder coming up with it is Sophia Smith. Her throw in, and it gets away from Burkhead to third baseman. Had she been able to hold on to that, she'd have been able to tag her out. But it'll be Roush leading it off with her second hit of the ball game. That'll be an RBI triple, and that'll take us to the top of the lineup, and that'll bring up Natalie Nisley. As for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, it'll be their 8th hit of the night. As Nisley will step into the plate. Nisley's got one of those hits and scored a couple of runs. Runner down at third with nobody out, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and runner down at third bluffs but does not go as Rouse thought about it, then put on the brakes, thought about it again, and then finally said, okay, I am going to stay here. As Apple quickly retrieves that one, and the count goes to 1-0. Leadoff triple by Roush. She's on at third with nobody out. The wind in the pitch from Jada Smith. This one sails inside, and the count goes to 2-0. 10-3 in favor of the Mitchell Blue Jackets here. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning of play at Parker Field. Nisley, the junior, starting third baseman, and she'll take a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Good pitch by Jada Smith. Smith, of course, making sure that Roush, after she releases the ball, doesn't get too far down the line when they throw it back to her. The wide, the 2-1 pitch, and this one's going to be foul back and off the screen, and that'll pull the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Natalie Nisley, the third baseman for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, stepping in from the right side. A wide open stance she has. That left foot in the top half of the batter's box, the right foot back about even with the plate, but inside on the batter's box. And there's another one down the third base line. And my goodness, Ella Rouse, she just had to get out of the way because that line drive sailed over her head. Fortunately, she had the quick reaction to get out of the way and not be hit by that ball in foul territory as the count remains 2-2. Pitch in, and it's going to be low and inside. Ball gets away. Here comes the runner, Roush, and she will slide in ahead of the tag on the pass ball. And that'll put run number 11 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard for the Mitchell Blue Jackets here this afternoon. Another unearned run that time, and the count goes to 3-1. So Mitchell able to keep things going here. And this one's going to be popped up and out of play into the stands down the first base way. Jada Smith working with the bases empty, nobody out, and this one's hit off the fist right to the third baseman. Burkhead just drifted over to her left about a half a step, able to pull that one in. That'll be out number 1. And Miley Teague will come to the plate for the 4th time tonight. Teague, a good night, hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Walked, was left stranded in the second, had a triple and an RBI and scored in the 4th. She steps in with the bases clean and 1 out in the inning. The wind, and her first pitch is going to be a strike taken on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 11-3 in favor of the Jackets. Bottom half of the 5th here at Parker Field, the home of the Mitchell Blue Jackets softball team, and this one's fouled back off the screen. And that'll make the count now 0-2. Teague steps in from the right side, the left fielder. Oh, and this one's so far outside it goes behind her, and she didn't even have to get out of the batter's box. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Rams defense, Sophia Smith in left, Amber Pennington in center, Jenna Livingston out in right. Jada Smith in the circle, the wind in the pitch, a swing and a foul ball at the plate, and that'll keep the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Terriana Burkhead at third, Charlie Ashley at shortstop, Graceland Hall at second, Alyssa Jones at third, Izzy Apple behind the plate, and as we mentioned, Jada Smith, the sophomore, in the circle. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be a pop-up down the left field line. Nobody can get to it in foul territory. We'll do it one more time. Teague hanging tough with the count of ball and 2 strikes. Mitchell looking to pick up their second win of the season and make it 2 in a row. The Rams trying to bounce back after a couple of losses to Northeast DuBois and Clarksville. Jada with the wind in the pitch, and it's a line shot. Oh, and off the mitt of Burkhead. Too hot to handle, and that one will go down. And actually, the official score said it was right. Tour should have had it, and that will be an error for the Rams and for Paoli. That will be their third error of the night, but keep the inning going with the runner down at first and one out. And to the plate will be Davany Roop. Roop will stand in from the right side. Got on when the catcher dropped the third strike and scored, then popped out to the pitcher and doubled and scored her last time at bat. Bobbled by Apple at the plate, turns around, and that's enough time for Teague to motor on down to second base to be in scoring position as the count goes to 1-0 to Davany Roop. 11-3 in favor of the Jackets. Jada Smith looking into the dugout for the sign. Has it, winds, brings it home. Fastball sails inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Davany Roop coming in now with 7 RBIs on the season to lead this Mitchell Blue Jacket team in that offensive category. As Smith now works from behind, 2-0. The wind in the pitch took the off-speed pitch that time, but it's out of the strike zone high, and the count goes to 3-0. Miley Teague down at second. 1 out in the inning, 1 run already in here for the Jackets. Rams trying to limit the damage any further. Smith with the wind in the pitch. This one sails way inside, and that'll make the count now at 3-0. Actually, the umpire says adjust it, make it 2-1. Okay, that's what we'll do then. To Paisley Modglin, I should say, is she is going to foul this one back and out of play. Should be no Roop at the plate. And the count goes to 2-2. And we get an extra one in from out of play. Coach Mullis down the first base way, able to retrieve that one for us, and we're good to go. As Roop awaits the 2-2 pitch from Jada Smith. The delivery, it's an off-speed pitch. It's going to be hit foul down the right field line, but it's going to be foul, and that'll keep the count at 2-2. Teague on at second, 1 out in the inning, 1 run already in. For the Mitchell Blue Jackets, who have scored in every inning so far, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, then 5 in the fourth, and 1 already here in the fifth. Line in the pitch, and this one's popped up out to center field. Going back is Pennington, settles underneath of it, gets it the tag at second, and Teague will go in on the sacrifice by Roop to center field and move up down to third from second. And that'll be out number 2 of the inning, and that'll bring up Paisley Modglin. Paisley on the day had a single, was left stranded in the first, popped up to the pitcher in the second, and walked and scored in the fourth. Runner down at third with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is low and inside, and a nice stop that time by Apple to keep it in front of her and not allow the runner to come down the baseline, and that'll be ball 1. Jada Smith, again, as a freshman, pitched in every game last season, well, almost every game, a couple she didn't in the doubleheaders. And this one does get through the legs of Apple all the way back to the backstop, and that'll bring in another unearned run as Miley Teague comes across the plate for the Mitchell Blue Jackets to make it now a 12-3 ball game in favor of Mitchell. So Jackets keep adding on the runs here. Bases are empty now with 2 outs, and Modglin ahead in the count at 2-0. She pops it up. It'll go out of play behind the backstop. And the count to Paisley is 2 balls and a strike. Rams trying to close out this inning without any further damage. 2 runs already in on just 1 base hit and 1 Ram error so far. This one's hit a high chopper. Third baseman Burkhead throws across the diamond. Oh, and Jones can't pull up with it out of the dirt, or I should say off the turf, I should say. And that's going to be the second error of the inning here for the Rams, and it keeps the inning going for the Mitchell Blue Jackets as Paoli's fourth error of this ball game. And to the plate will be Hannah Harold. Harold, the freshman pitcher, has walked and popped up to the pitcher and then singled and scored in the fourth inning of play. As Modlin will be lifted for Hall, the pitch runner, and the next pitch sails outside. Bluff throw by Apple for ball one. 12-3 is the score. Mitchell has a runner on at first base with 2 outs in the inning. Harold, the number 5 hitter in the order for the Jackets. She looks at one low and inside, throw down, but Hall back in time. And the count goes to 2-0. All a chance, drive in this run, could end it with the 10-run rule. Rams trying to avoid that situation. Next pitch is a fastball. It sails inside to make it 3-0 on Hannah Harold. On deck is Ava Cooper for the Jackets, who had a big double and RBI her last at bat in the previous inning. All at first base, but 2 outs. This one's going to be lifted foul and out of play down the right field line. Strike number 1 on Hannah Harold. She'll come back to the right-handed batter's box, step in and ready to go, and so is the righty Jada Smith in the circle for the Rams. 12-2, Mitchell on top. Off-speed pitch, a beauty. There goes the runner, Hall down ahead of the tag, and she will be down at second with a stolen base, and a strike called on Harold to make it a 3-2 count. Harold will get a payoff pitch here with Hall, the runner, down at second base. Jada Smith trying to close it out. The wind in the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. Izzy gets it, throws it down, and they are able to complete the strikeout that time. And that will bring the inning to a close. But not before the Mitchell Blue Jackets pick up 2 more runs in the inning. And there was one base hit, one batter left on, and there were 2 Ram errors. We'll go to the 6th and a 12-3 lead for Mitchell. You're listening to Ram Softball on Mix 95.3.
Once upon a time, you spent your money on candy and video games. Now, you're trying to save up for that new thing you just gotta have. Level up your money game. Ask your parents to help you open a smart spending account at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. It has all those cool things like your very own debit card, or transfer money easily to your friends. Also perks like no monthly fees and an app on your phone to manage your money. Smart money moves? Total main character energy. Hit up HoosierHills.com and get started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. They can discuss your specific needs and provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call 812-849-2670 in Mitchell for an appointment. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Rams come to bat here in the 6th inning of play, and for Paoli, the middle part of the order, hitters 5, 6, and 7, Charlie Ashley along with Tori Patton and Graceland Hall. Ashley has struck out twice looking so far here in this ball game, facing Hannah Harold, beginning her 6th inning of work. And looking for her 2nd win of the season, the wind and the pitch. And it's going to be a ball low outside for ball 1. Rams a single run in the 3rd and 2 in the 5th for their 3 runs here this afternoon. Unfortunately, a lot of crooked numbers on the scoreboard there for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. A foul ball off the bat of Ashley, and the count goes to 1-1. Charlie, the freshman shortstop for the Rams, steps out of the batter's box. Checks with the umpire, now stands back in with the count 1-1. Leading it off here in the 6th. Anna Harold with the wind in the pitch, and this one is a one-hopper to the plate that goes all the way back to the screen, and it is a 2-1 count. As we mentioned, Parker Field, one of the finest softball facilities around, with all the turf and great seating for fans in the infield area and around the area, and the big group up on the berm between the softball and baseball field. Is swing and a miss on that one by Ashley, and she falls behind in the count at 1-2. So if you get it here and they have a doubleheader with both the boys and the girls going on, you can get up to that berm and just kind of give you a swivel stool, and you can watch both games. The next pitch is low and inside. Count goes to 3-2 to Ashley, who's worked the count now, as she looks to get something going here for the Rams, who trail it by 9. Breeze continues now. They've been blowing in now more again from first to third. This one's popped up to the shortstop over her head. She can't get to it, is Ruth, and that'll be a leadoff single for Ashley. So a good sign for the Rams here to start this 6th inning of play. And for Paoli, that'll be their 6th hit of the ball game. And that'll bring us to the plate, Tori Patton. Patton 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. See if she can follow suit like Ashley third time around and get a base hit to get things rolling. She squares up the bunt. A beauty out in front of the plate, fielded by the pitcher. Throw over. Did they get her? Oh, just barely. Harold kind of hesitated. The third baseman, Nisley, came running in almost to the first base side of home plate to get it and take it away from her, but finally Harold able to get her by a half a step. That'll be out number 1 on the sacrifice. Moves the runner down to second, and that'll bring up Graceland Hall here for the Rams. Graceland 0 for 2, a pop out to the third baseman and grounded out to the second baseman. Swings and misses on a fastball on that first cut for strike 1. Hall, the number 7 hitter in the lineup, another freshman, as we mentioned. Up the middle, the Rams are young at second and third. Next pitch is a fastball that's too far outside, and the count goes to 1-1 to Hall. So far here today, Harold has struck out 7 and walked just 2 in this ball game. The wind in the pitch, that's going to be low and outside. Good eye by Hall. And the count goes to 2-1. Graceland stands in from the right side. Came into today's ball game hitting .375 on the young season. The wind in the pitch, and that one's going to be low again. As good eye that time by the freshman, and the count goes to 3-1. Ashley down at second with 1 out in the inning for Paoli. All trying to keep this going and alive, and she'll take it outside, and she'll draw a 1-out walk. And that'll put runners on at first and second. That's only the third walk of the game here by Harold. And that will bring out a conference from Coach Krista Mullis. So a break in the action here as we are in the 6th inning of play, and it is Mitchell on top by a score of 12-3. You're listening to Ram Softball on Mix 95.3. A break in the action here as we get a change in pitching as well, as Nisley will come in. She will move over from the third base side. As we'll get things here as moving in. As the Rams have runners on at first and second here, and the warm-up will continue. We'll take a break as well. 12-3 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3. To the plate for the Rams, squaring around the butt and pulling back for Paoli as that ball goes all the way back to the screen, and Modglin could not hold on to it, and the Rams move them up 1 extra base. That'll put runners at second and third as Amber Pennington steps in from the right side. As Pennington waits the pitch, the wind, and it's going to be a foul ball at the plate, and the count goes to 1-1. One out in the inning. Rams trail at 12-3, and a chance here to get a couple of more runs here in this sixth inning of play. The wind and the pitch. And this one's going to be just a tick high, and the count goes to 2-1. One out in the inning for the Rams. Ashley down at third. Hall at second for Paoli. Rams here in the bottom third of the order with Pennington at the plate. Pennington with the wind, looks at this one, and it's going to hit her. And that'll be a hit batsman, and that will put Pennington on at first base, and that'll load it up for the Rams. As for the pitching here, the first hit batsman of the day. And Isabel Apple will come to the plate here for the Rams. Izzy on the day is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Takes a big cut, swing and a miss for strike one. Bases are loaded for the Rams. Ashley at third, Hall at second, and Pennington down at first. The wind and the pitch. Beat foul to the third baseman, fielded cleanly by Cooper, came in. She gets the throw down, and that will cut down the base runner at home. That'll be Ashley. She is out 5-2 for out number 2. Apple will be on with a fielder's choice to keep the bases loaded, but now 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Jada Smith to the plate. Jada will come up as she has had 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and a ground out. Big opportunity here for her in a 12-3 ball game to drive in some more Ram runs. The wind and the pitch, and she looks at the first one high and outside for ball one. A lot of movement around the infield, of course, with the bases loaded. The next pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss by Jada. Just kind of flagged at that one, and the count goes to 1-2. This one's going to be popped up and out of play. Nisley is our new pitcher. Close the book here on Harold in just a second. Count goes to 1-2 on Jada Smith, and pops it up again. Foul to stay alive. 5 1/3 innings so far for Harold. She's in line for the win. She has given up those 3 runs. Nisley trying to come on here in relief and see if she can close it out over the final couple. And this one's going to be popped up, but foul again off the screen. This time down the first base way. As Nisley, a right-handed pitcher, moves in from the third base. Cooper has moved in from right to third, and Harold has moved out to right field. Pitch is outside, and that'll make the count now at 2-2 to Jada Smith. But the base is loaded here for Paoli. Smith standing in from the left side. Nisley with the wind and the pitch, and that one is too far outside. Count goes to 3-2, so Jada has gone the limit, and there's no place to put her with 2 outs and the bases juiced. Nisley with the payoff pitch. The wind and the delivery, and it's popped up over the head of the shortstop. Yes, it is, and that's going to bring in 1 run from Ashley. Coming around for the second run and scoring ahead of the tag is a Pennington, and Jada Smith comes up with a big 2-out RBI single, and she'll be down at first base. So big day already for Jada with 3 hits and another 2 RBIs as the Rams pick up a couple of big runs here and still have runners down at first and second. To the plate will be Sophia Smith for the Rams. She bunts it out. Nisley fields it in the circle, throw over to first. Do they get her? Yes, they do, just by a half step, as Smith will go down at the end of the inning for the 3rd out. But the Rams come up with 2 runs in this inning. There was one base hit, 2 Ram runners left on, and no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 12-5 in favor of Mitchell. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
12-5 lead here for the Jackets as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jada Smith in the circle here for the Rams. She'll be facing hitters 6, 7, and 8. Ava Cooper, Rayleigh Blackwell, and Elsie Arthur. Cooper, a good day. She is 1 out of 3, an RBI double, and 2 pop-ups. Now playing third base here with the pitching change. Jada Smith gets ready to work and open up the bottom of the 6th inning. Wind in the pitch. Oh, and it hits Cooper. And Ava will go down to first base. Hit by a pitch, and for the Rams, that'll be the 4th batter hit by Jada Smith here this afternoon. And that'll bring up Rayleigh Blackwell. Blackwell has struck out, doubled and scored, and struck out. She'll stand in here with one on and nobody else. Squares the bunt, bunts it up in the air. Can Izzy get it? Oh, she does. A great job. Sliding to her knee behind home plate to her left to pull that one down in fair territory. That was not even in the air very long, but a great job for Izzy to locate the ball and then finish off the play. And that was a big out number 1. And that'll bring up Elsie Arthur to the plate. Elsie has scored after being hit by a pitch, doubled in an RBI, and grounded out to third. She'll stand in from the right side. And actually, Fountain will come back up. She batted the last time for herself for Arthur. So Fountain will stay in and hit a second time here. So Fountain officially 0 for 1. Quick throw down to first base, but Cooper slides in ahead of the tag. And the light's starting to take over just a bit on this overcast day. A swing and a foul at the plate. Nope, they say it was just a strike and a miss by the catcher. And that will allow the runner Cooper to go down to second base. Count 1-1 on Fountain. Abby, the first baseman, steps in from the right side, standing deep in the batter's box. Runner down at second. And Fountain takes one too far inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Abby calls time, steps out, now back in. Rams want to keep it right here if they can, 12-5 in the 6th, and the next one is a strike called on the inside part of the plate. Had Fountain actually backing out of the batter's box, and the count goes to 2-2. 1 out in the inning, runner down at second for the Jackets. 2-2 pitch, and there's a strike called as Fountain goes down looking for out number 2. Big pitch that time by Jada Smith, and for Jada Smith, that'll be strikeout number 3 of the day, and that'll bring to the plate Ella Roush, the second baseman. The senior right-hander steps in. She's got a single and a triple and a run scored and a ground out. So she's had a nice day out of that number 9 hole in the bottom of the order. Very productive. And this one sails way high over the head of Apple, and that will be a wild pitch, and that will put Cooper down at third base with 2 outs now. Need to get this batter and not get to the top of the order, trailing 12-5 to go into the 7th. Paoli trying to hold on and give themselves a chance, but it'll be a big comeback. And this one's going to be popped up out into left field. Going back is Sophia Smith. Oh, and she makes a running catch right along the foul line. And a great job by Smith to haul that one in on the run. Had to track a long way to her right and that will be out number 3 of the inning here for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. For the Jackets in the bottom of the 6th, there were no runs, no hits, 1 batter left on, and no Ram errors. We'll go to the 7th with Mitchell on top, 12-5. You're listening to Ram Softball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Alyssa Jones leads it off with a high pop-up out into left field, then miscommunication out there between Teague and Blackwell. They collide and looked as though Teague had the ball in her mitt, but when the contact was made, it popped out, and that will give Alyssa Jones the error, and she will be down at second base. So first error of the ball game here tonight for the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Let's run her down at second base for Paoli, and Terriana Burkhead will step up to the plate. Rams will take that break here as Mitchell had been playing error-free up until that particular time. First pitch to Terriana, one hopper to the second baseman, throws it over to first, and then a quick throw over to third, but Jones is there. The ball gets away, but Alyssa not going to try and motor on. Now they're going to give her the go-ahead as the ball gets away from the left fielder, and here comes Jones in to score. So Rams get an unearned run there as the out recorded at first base went to 4-3, but then all the way around on the air, 2 of those errors on that particular play, and that will allow the Rams to pick up another unearned run. So Mitchell all of a sudden having some problems here in this inning with errors. Bases are empty, 1 out for Charlie Ashley. Charlie had a single her last time up, struck out the previous 2 times, and was cut down trying to come home to plate the last trip up, and she takes one inside on the next pitch, and the count goes to 2-0. Valuable experience for the young freshman here in her first conference road game. Did a nice job in the field so far, and already a base hit to her credit. 2-0 pitch is beat foul. Coach Dillard flags that one down with her foot and gets it over to Cooper, the third baseman. Nisley on in relief. She went 2/3 of an inning back in the 6th inning. Charlie ready to go. The wind in the pitch, and this one's going to be fouled back and straight off the screen. And the count goes to 2-2 to Ashley. Harold on the night, wrapping up her work here. She'll be credited with 5 1/3 and 5 runs charged to her account. And this one's beat foul again off the bat of Ashley, doing a nice job of hanging in there as the young freshman. Again, the bases are empty. And 1 out here with 1 run already in for Paoli. Charlie back in. And the 2-2 pitch from Nisley on the way. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3 and out number 2. And for Nisley, that'll be her first strikeout, but 8 on the night for Blue Jacket pitching. And Tori Patton steps up, the last hope alive here for the Rams. Tori is 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Steps in from the left side, looks at one and waves at it, but it's too far outside. That'll be ball 1. Patton, the senior designated player, hitting for the right fielder Livingston. As they asked for an appeal down the first baseway, and the umpire said, nope, you were good. It was not a strike. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Tori goes after that one. That time she did get a piece of it for a foul ball, even though it was out of the strike zone, and the count goes to 1-1. 12-6. That's your score here. Jackets 1 out away from a conference win. And the next one by Patton looks at it outside. Good eye, and the count keeps it at 2-1. Tori trying to keep the inning alive and the game alive as well for the Rams. Looked up at that one, but it's going to be low and outside, and the count has gone to 3-1 to Tori Patton, the number 6 batter in the order. Hall on deck if she is able to get on base. 3-1 delivery, and it's going to be outside. Oh, no, they're going to call it for a strike. Okay. Count goes to 3-2. I'll look quick on my call that time. On the limit with 2 outs and nobody on, the payoff pitch. And that one is going to be outside and a walk drawn by Patton. So Patton gets a 2-out walk to keep the inning alive for Paoli. First walk issued by Nisley on in relief. And to the plate for the Rams will be the second baseman, Graceland Hall, the freshman hitting .375 on the year. Her first pitch from Nisley is a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Graceland has popped out to the third baseman, grounded to the second baseman, and walked and scored back in the 6th. The strike 1 pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 2, and all quickly behind in the count with Patton on at second. 2 outs in the inning here for the Rams. So Graceland got to be very protective of home plate. Time call now back in. Nisley, the 0-2 pitch on the way, and it's beat foul down the third baseline. Cooper will field it in foul territory. We'll do it again. Modglin, gracious enough to pick up the bat of Hall and hand it back to her. Graceland stands back in from the right side. The 0-2 delivery again, swing and a miss, and that will be strike 3 in your ball game. Rams, though, do come up with one more run in this inning. There were no base hits, 1 base runner left on, and 2 errors committed here in this inning by the Mitchell Blue Jackets. But that's your final here today on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Mitchell wins it 12-6. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
When your job site needs to keep moving, count on Bender Lumber, now proudly a division of RP Lumber. From roofing and windows to decking doors and pro-grade tools, they're ready when you are. Need a job site delivery? Looking for free material takeoff? They can help with both. And they know the trades and are here to help keep your projects on schedule. Visit them in Paoli or BenderLumber.com. Bender Lumber, now part of the RP Lumber family. RP Lumber, best service, best value.
Broadcasting from the historic Paoli Square, we are Mix 95.3 WUME Paoli.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Rams fall in their conference opener on the road here tonight. Again, your final 12-6 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard as the Rams fall behind early in this ball game as Mitchell got off to a great start as the Jackets picked up in that first inning of play. They picked up 3 runs on only 1 base hit. They added another tally in the second, 1 more in the third, but then a big 4th inning when they had 5 runs on 5 hits. They picked up 2 more runs in the 5th inning of play, and the only inning they did not score was in the 6th. But by that time, the damage was done with those dozen runs on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli finally got on the scoreboard here in the third inning of play. They added 2 in the fifth on a couple of hits, then 2 more in the sixth and 1 in the seventh, but not enough for a comeback here tonight. And the Rams fall here to the Mitchell Blue Jackets by a score of 12-6. As the Rams now are 1-3 on the year, the 0-1 in conference play. Mitchell improves to 2-3. They've won 2 in a row and open up 1-0 in conference play. We'll come back, take a look at more of the numbers here in this PLAC matchup with Mitchell victorious 12-6. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Road loss on the road tonight for the Rams to open up conference play here at Parker Field, the home of the Mitchell Blue Jackets, as the Jackets jumped out early and did not look back as their young freshman Hannah Harrell did a nice job of getting that lead and then holding on to it. Finally runs out of gas late in the ball game as Harrell goes 5 1/3 innings, gives up 5 runs on 6 hits. She struck out 7 and walked a total of 3, did not hit a batsman. Nisley comes on in relief, goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 1 run, did not give up a hit, struck out 1, walked 1, and hit a batter. So Harold comes up as the winning pitcher, her second win of the year. For the Rams, the sophomore, Jada Smith, takes the loss. Jada tonight goes 6 innings, giving up those 12 runs, 10 base hits, struck out 3, walked 3, and hit 4 batters in a losing cause. As the Rams now fall to 1-3. And 1-2 in conference play. Mitchell improves. They've won 2 in a row. That's good news for the Jackets. And they are 2-3 overall and 1-0 in PLAC play. We'll have more from Parker Field here tonight. The Jackets victorious over the Rams in softball play, 12-6. You're listening to Rams softball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Once upon a time, you spent your money on candy and video games. Now, you're trying to save up for that new thing you just gotta have. Level up your money game. Ask your parents to help you open a smart spending account at Hoosier Hills Credit Union. It has all those cool things like your very own debit card, or transfer money easily to your friends. Also perks like no monthly fees and an app on your phone to manage your money. Smart money moves? Total main character energy. Hit up HoosierHills.com and get started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are your retirement savings scattered about several employer-sponsored plans and individual IRAs? Let a Raymond James financial advisor provide you with education on what options you may have. Each may have potential benefits and drawbacks. So we'll consider your specific situation and discuss how best to address your unique needs and goals. Call financial advisors Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. Located in Mitchell today and take control of your retirement assets. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Every day, children
Blue
in our
Jackets
community
got
enter
great
the court
balance
systems
up and
because
down
of
the
abuse or
schedule.
neglect,
Yeah,
and
or
they need
should say
someone
the
to speak
lineup.
up for them.
Everybody in
That's
the
where CASA
lineup got a hit here tonight for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, except for Abby Fountain, who came on in the last couple of times hitting for Elsie Arthur, the designated player. And everybody contributed up and down the lineup, not only hitting but scoring runs as well. And that was the difference here tonight for the Mitchell Blue Jackets from top to bottom, getting good production on the offensive end. And did a nice job out in the field until late in the game when they had those errors in the last couple of innings. While for Paoli, it was Jada Smith a good night as she came up with 3 base hits and a couple of runs scored. Alyssa Jones had a base hit and a run scored as well. Tariana Burkhead had 1 single, as did Charlie Ashley for the Paoli Rams in their order, as Paoli gets their production as far as hitting at the top, but they did get 4 runs scored out of the bottom part of the order. Those were unearned runs as the Rams fall here tonight to the Mitchell Blue Jackets. Again, your line scored the Mitchell Blue Jackets 12 runs on 10 hits. They leave 6 runners on base. They committed 3 errors. The Rams 6 runs on 7 hits, and they had 5 base runners left on, and Paoli committed a total of 4 errors. Again, the winning pitcher tonight, Hannah Harold, and Jada Smith will take the loss for the Rams. Paoli now will look ahead to get back on the winning track next week. Mitchell, well, they'll come back. They've got a 3-team round-robin tournament here at Parker Field for tomorrow. We'll come back to wrap things up from Parker Field. Again, your final on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Mitchell 12, Paoli 6. You're listening to Rams Softball on Mix 95.3.
Every day, children in our community enter the court systems because of abuse or neglect, and they need someone to speak up for them. That's where CASA comes in. Our volunteers stand beside them, making sure their voices are heard and their best interests come first. It's incredibly important work, and we need more people willing to make a difference. I'm Chrissy Evans, Orange County CASA Director. If you've ever wondered how you could help a child in a meaningful way, I'd love to talk with you. Call 812-723-2411.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Mitchell softball looks to extend their winning ways tomorrow to be back here at Parker Field. As I mentioned, a round-robin tournament on the schedule. North Davies and North Harrison along with the host Jackets here, so a busy day at Parker Field. While for the Paoli Rams, they will look to bounce back. Their next contest, they will be on the road with North Harrison on Tuesday night. Now, our next coverage of Rams softball will be coming your way on Thursday, as Paoli will be traveling to Orleans to take on the Bulldogs in a county and conference showdown from Patton Field, and that will be a 5 o'clock first pitch. Our next broadcast of spring sports will be coming your way on Monday. It'll be a conference and county rival matchup, as will be the Orleans Bulldogs at the Paoli Rams for high school baseball at Trinkle Field, and that'll be a 5 o'clock first pitch, our pregame around 4:50. So tune in. A lot of softball and baseball coming your way next week right here on Mix 95 for Paoli Rams boys baseball and Paoli Rams girls softball. Here tonight, though, in the opening conference game of the season, Rams fall behind, try and scratch back, but come up short as they fall to the Mitchell Blue Jackets by a score of 12-6. As always, I want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school softball not only tonight but throughout the entire season. A big thank you to our engineer and producer back at the studio. Great job, as always, by David Deaton. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. I'm Dave Dedrick. Again, your final tonight from Parker Field at Mitchell High School for Rams softball. Your final, it was Mitchell 12, Paoli 6. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to today's coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME. Our baseball and softball coverage brought to you all season long by Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, Buddy's Food and Fuel, by RP Lumber, Riley Oil, Springer Insurance, Cave and Calcar Quarries, Orange County Casa, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, Paoli Health and Living Community, by Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber. In Focus Eye Care, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, by Summers Seamless Guttering, and Orange County